How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate all of you for tuning in as Palantir had a beautiful, beautiful green day, up over 5%, as every index in the U.S. market also had a green day. So we're not only going to break down Palantir, the charts, what I'm looking to do, we're also going to cover the indices, other stocks I'm looking at, and overall where my head's at in this market. But first, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join the Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates. I posted an update today. We added more to a position, sold out of a position as well. We post all the updates on Patreon, and there's a private Discord. It's linked down below, also pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers again, guys. Let's get into it. So we had a great day. Overall, the Qs went up 0.75% today. SPY went up about 0.5%. The Dow pretty much broke even as the Russell went up about 0.75%. Same again with QQQ. And as of now, it looks like the futures are down barely, a little bit, but you know, great green day across the board. Like I said, silver had a pretty good day. Gold ripped as well. Bitcoin stabilizing around 70K. And looking at Palantir here, it went up over 5%. We hit the mid 140s in the middle of the day. Then we closed at 142 after opening in the mid-high 130s. We hit 137, at open. We ripped all the way to 145, 6% move there by the middle of the day. Then we, coasted into close, slipped a little bit, lost about $2 a share, $3 a share, but still had a 5% green day. And now we're starting to see an inverse head and shoulders form on this 5-day, 5-minute chart. You're seeing it here. We have the left shoulder, we got the head right here, and the right shoulder's right here. That is bullish in the short term. And the fact that we took out the highs from Friday and from Thursday, that's a good sign that we're slowly starting to reverse, right? And we can see right here, if we're looking at this inverse head and shoulders, if it plays out fully in the short term, I could see Palantir going back to 155, 158, 160. That's where this would complete, if you will. And the more you pull the layers back, the more you see that, and the more you realize, okay, we're not quite yet breaking out of the downtrend, but we're seeing signs, slight, subtle signs that we're starting to. On this 30-minute, we're noticing a golden cross. You see that 50 SMA crossing over the 180 SMA. And again, you see that inverse head and shoulders here even better on this time frame. And here on the 1-hour chart, you're noticing, okay, you see that same inverse head and shoulders, but we're under the 180 SMA here. Big resistance, guys. This gold moving average, we're trading right under it. This is a big spot. If Palantir can somehow retake 146, 147, this could start to run. And I'm going to set my alert now at 146. Mark is at or above. If that spot breaks, I think we could see that run to 158, 160. Then we'll see where it goes from there. But at this point, we're one break away. Again, I just set my alert at 146. That's what I'm watching for tomorrow, for the next day, really throughout this entire week. Do we break the mid 140s, start to make that move back to 150? That would be bullish because, again, as of now, it is looking great off the lows. We are up about $20 a share, 15% off the lows, but we're still in a downtrend. We have a death cross on this 4-hour time frame. And if you guys take a look, this 145, 146 resistance was support back in November, back over the summer, August, September, right? So clearly we fell through 145, 146. It's now resistance. We got to retake it. And here on the 4-hour chart, you can see the 50 SMAs right by 145. So that's another big resistance. If that runs through there, Again, I think we're running mid-high 150s, and that would be the next big test. That would be where we test the 180 moving average, which would be anywhere from 160, 62 at that time probably, which that's also a big resistance. So, yeah, man, Palantir, the Bulls have some work to do. We had a nice 5% green day, but I got to be honest, it's not enough. It's not enough. But, hey, if you're buying into this weakness, this could pay off because the longer time frames look pretty good still. The max chart, but then again, it's not really confirming a bottom yet. So you buying here, you have to be comfortable, especially we're looking at it from a trade, right? If you're looking at it from a trading perspective, you have to be comfortable. If you're buying here, you're buying before the actual confirmation of a breakout. You have to be comfortable with that. And if you're buying as a long-term investment, right? Who cares what the chart looks like for the most part? It doesn't really matter unless you're really trying to pinpoint your entry and exit points. Charts obviously play a huge role in that. But a lot of long-term, if you're buying it at 145 versus 138, does it really matter? Not really. But again, if you're pinpointing your entry and exit points for a trade, you need to watch the charts. And for me, 146 needs to break. And I think we could trade this thing up to the mid 150s. What do you guys think? And full disclosure, I'm long Palantir. I'm in this stock. I took a good amount of profits at the end of last year, but I'm letting a bunch of shares ride still. And for me to add more to my position, I need it at a lower price, quite frankly. And at this point, am I trading as a trade? Again, investing and trading is way different. In my investing account, I'm not necessarily looking to add more Palantir here, and I'm in at a much lower price. But as a trade, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be opposed to it. If it were to break that 146, I'm gonna trade it up to that mid 150 mark, and I think that could be an interesting opportunity. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, make sure to subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, I think 50% of you in fact, I know 50% of you watch the content, but you don't subscribe. And we're trying to get to 100,000 subs, guys. I'm going to need every one of you to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you all for tuning in. And if you're watching on Facebook, thanks to you guys as well. We have like 65,000 followers on Facebook. Make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't done so already. Cheers to all of you out there watching. I appreciate all of the support over all these years. It's crazy what, how many people these videos are reaching these days. It's wild on all these platforms. I'm posting on every platform, guys, and the reach we have 5 years ago, Stas would have been shocked. And yeah, I couldn't do it without you guys. Again, thanks to everybody out there watching. Genuinely, I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. So now let me show you these indices quickly. We're slipping a little bit in the aftermarket, but guys, I'm still very bullish. Actually, no, that's a lie. SPY's up in the aftermarket. Why are the Qs down? I think they're down a little bit, barely. Okay, now we're creeping back up. I lied. Never mind. Either way, man, we had a great day in the market. And like I said yesterday, watch SPY to gap up. If it gaps up over 692, we're going to run. And we did exactly that. We saw a big pop, ran to 696, and at this point we're a stone's throw away from all-time highs. And guys, I'm long. I added more stocks today. Well, really just one stock. I bought more Amazon, which I've been smashing the buy button like an absolute animal. I bought another couple shares here. Nothing too crazy, but I bought some just around 209. I bought a bunch when it dumped down to 198. You guys in my Patreon know that. So I'm looking to really just keep hammering the buy on Amazon here because ultimately I think the market is overreacting. They have this one wrong. I think this will snap right back to the mid 200s very soon here, and then ultimately make its run to $300. But like I said in my previous video, I'll say it again now. Amazon's at a big resistance on the charts here. We can see 210 was support for months. Now we're under it. It's resistance. So for me, guys, I I nibbled a little bit today, but I'm saving some buying power to see, okay, if we get rejected here at 209, 210, and we start dumping down at 200 again, 205, 202, that general range, that's where I want more buying power in the very low 200s. And if we somehow get back to the mid 190s or low 190s somehow, yes, I'll be buying more Amazon there, and I'm excited for it. So for me, guys, yeah, at this point, I'm long, I'm buying stocks, and at this point, guys, if you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, you have a long time horizon, you're buying these companies for the long term, now is a good time, especially if you're looking at some of these big tech stocks. Even it doesn't have to be just big tech stocks. There are a lot of good stocks out there, in my opinion, to buy. And Amazon is a good one to buy, in my opinion, right now. And there are a couple other good ones that I like, but we cover those all the time. You know which ones I'm talking about, So, yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates. We're investing $750 a week. We're buying stocks. You see all my option moves, trades, investments. You get full transparency in the Patreon, and you get access to the private Discord. It's all linked down below, guys, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon, or check out the comment section. It's pinned in there, guys. So with that being said, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later.